Good morning, traders. Happy Wednesday, and welcome back to another day trading recap. I think I'm officially a little bit sick, so I got an extra little scarf here, and I don't know, I'll probably sound a little bit stuffy, but let's go ahead and talk about these tickers today because it was a pretty fun day, specifically pre-market, and then it got a little bit rough for me, and I actually ended up just giving back some profits, specifically with MOBQ. But let's check out here what I'm up on the day. And boom, there you have it. We're up over $1,000 for the first time in what feels like a really long time. It's been a really slow year, as you guys know. And before this, slow phase, we were doing, $1,000, $2,000 days. It would be quite normal. But lately, it's been like $500 days, or $300, $500 days. And a big reason for that is because I scaled down as the market got a little bit weaker, and not necessarily the overall market, which did get weaker, but specifically the small cap space, which really dried up, especially in January, February, and the beginning of March. Now it's really coming back again. I've started sizing up again. I didn't size up crazy today. I had a few trades over $10,000, but no crazy size today. But on MOBQ, I got aggressive. And this is what I've been saying. You want to be patient, and then when the good setup comes, when the front side shows up, when your setup shows up, you want to get aggressive. You don't want to miss the move of the day because you're too conservative, waiting for that 1 extra cent drop. So I was getting aggressive. That was good, and I started sizing early enough where I didn't have FOMO. So patience, aggression, and then sizing. You want to size up as quick as possible so you don't start sizing up too late in the front side maneuver. Let's say it's on its third 5-minute pullback, and then you start sizing up. That's how I usually give back a lot of profits near the end. Now with MOBQ, I was actually up around $1,500 on this one. I checked around like 8:30, and I was like, "Phew, everything's looking good." And then I actually just ended up giving back 400 roughly on MOBQ. So that was a little bit annoying. I broke one of my rules, and that was basically anticipation. I was basically trading, trying to predict what the market was going to do instead of following what the market was going to do. So actually, let's just start with MOBQ first, because I think this is a really interesting one to talk about. And then I'll really explain what I mean by anticipation. I think some of you guys already know what I mean by that. So MOBQ, pretty nasty daily, but it had a huge breakout here, big relative volume. It's an advertising company, 6.5 million shares outstanding and 15 million market cap. Love to see stuff like that. Looks like it has some catalyst coming out, no terms disclosed though, so there's some sort of partnership deal. I do like partnership deal catalysts, so that's good. And then today on the 5-minute, you can see, this was just rocking up here, almost up 100%, which is really nice, and a really strong front side. I mean, it barely pulled back on this front side, so you had to be quick. Now, where I made my mistakes is I did one thing really right on this ticker and then one thing really wrong. In this area, I traded it perfectly, really, really well. I could have always done better, but I relative to how I've been trading, this was pretty good. So this was the front side, and I didn't try to predict anything. I was like, this is a front side ticker. Boom, let's just trade it on its front side. Keep it really, really simple. That's what I did here. Here, I did, at one point, I traded the range, which I don't love doing. Made a little bit of a loss here, but that was fine. And then this is where I really made my mistake. I was predicting that the market or the ticker was going to have a reversal, which it didn't. So I made a few losses there back to back. And then here I predicted a red to green move. That did not work either. And then that was pretty much it. Let's go to the 1 minute. So basically, every time I try to predict something, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But as a trader, we're not here to try to predict the market, or we're not trying to predict the tickers. We're just following what the ticker is already doing. And that's why trading fundamentally is very, very easy. Psychologically, it gets very tricky because you start trying to outsmart things and add your spin to it, and that's where usually you make a lot of mistakes. So front side, this was perfect. And actually, let me just go to the my actual trading screen here. Yeah, look at this. This was such a nice move. I was trading this quite aggressively. I was just constantly buying this one. I was sizing up. Okay, look at this. There are $4,000, 4,000 share trade here. A lot of these big breakouts, they were nice. They were like 10% plus candles. I didn't get them nearly as good as I should have. Trust me, like this whole entire move right here, I barely got, and then this breakout, I chased at the high. So there's a lot of this move I didn't get. And then my last trade here was red. Unfortunately, I closed right before it, popped up 6%. That could have put me up over 2,000 on the day easy because this was a big size. And then, Yeah, and then I traded here, and this is where I started making mistakes. This is where the 5-minute was a really good setup, and I kept thinking we were going to get some sort of pop to the upside, even if it was a dead cat bounce, kind of like a ranging pop. I was trying to get in prematurely, so that didn't work. So I took no big losses, but I just kept on getting scratched out. Lost 50 here, lost 100 there, lost another 100, lost 70, so on and so forth. And then here I same situation, right? I went in for this. Actually, this was a good trade right here. I went in for the breakout. We had a 5-minute breakout, 1-minute pullback. This was actually a good trade, but we didn't get resolution. So I don't mind that I lost on this one. And then here, again, I'm like hoping and hoping, or wishing and hoping that it turns around. That's basically my primary strategy on MOBQ at this point. So then I realized, oh my God, Alex, what are you doing? You're just giving back profits right now. You're trading MOBQ horribly. You're having FOMO for no reason. Stop trading it. And that's basically what I did. I was like, okay, let me recenter what's popping up. And at this point, ADN was popping up, and then I traded ADN. Not nearly as good as I could have, mainly because all in this area, I should have been focused on ADN. I came into ADN at this area, and when I was already just gave back like half or a third of my profits on MOBQ, so I was a little bit butthurt on that. And that's never a great place to be because you start making a lot of mistakes. So ADN pops up. I start trading it quite aggressively right here, but I take profits really fast. So that wasn't really the best. And then I had this nice 9% pop breakout. I missed that one, which was a little frustrating, but I got some good pops in this area. And then I think my last trade on this one, I really edged into this trade, popped up, and I took profits. Unfortunately, I think I took most of my profits somewhere here because it instantly got rejected. Oh yeah, moved up and it instantly got rejected, and I closed on the retest, and actually it ended up working. So, didn't really do my best trading after like 8:30. That's usually how it goes, but I kind of like the fact that I was sitting around and watching the market so I could learn and practice my patience. Today I didn't really practice withholding so well, and I didn't exercise not trading the best setups, or trading the best setups, and I was trading not so good setups. So that was kind of my mistake today. And then we had these other tickers. They're all just like small stabs. I think besides BBAI, there wasn't really much opportunity on these. So let's just go to CTRX really fast. CTRX. Did I type in the right? CTXR. I was like, what's wrong? CTXR. Yeah, so this ticker, still selling off. That's brutal. Little quick front side here that popped up. I tried to trade this one. It didn't really amount to anything. We had 2 opportunities, but pretty weak, and the volume here was very weak as well. So that didn't amount to anything. BBAI, this was actually a pretty good ticker, and when I was trading the range again on MOBQ, I could have made a lot more money on BBAI. And specifically right here, we had a good 5-minute breakout. Look at that, 5-minute breakout here, 1-minute pullback, and then it rips up 15%. Picture perfect move. Why am I not trading it? Because my mind is focused on a ticker that is not nearly as good, and I was trading the MOBQ, which I was trading the range on. So shame on me for that. That was a really good setup. I should have, could have, would have done that one, but I didn't. And then SBFM. This one wasn't too bad. I think I did all right on this ticker for basically what was available. I was watching this ticker for a break back above VWAP, but we haven't really got it so far. So this one, pre-market, I was trading, I think it's somewhere around 7 o'clock. We were approaching this big resistance zone. We broke above VWAP, and I think I did a little bit of trading here, or maybe it was here, but basically this was a pretty good trade overall. The only problem on SBFM was the fact that the volume was a little bit light in this area, and I could quickly show you guys where I traded it. Let's see, it was somewhere in the beginning. So yeah, at 7:18, I was basically so it was in here. I was trading the breakout, looking for that continuation. We didn't really get it, so I was able to wrap up some small profits on this ticker. Yeah, but really at the end of the day, like always, no new lessons here, just constant reinforcement, especially now that the market's a little hotter. Focus on the best and forget the rest. It's really that simple. And once you do find something that's really good, like MOBQ, get aggressive, be patient till look, this didn't pop up till like 8 o'clock. So I was watching the market from 7 to 8. Nothing really good happened. And then at 8 o'clock, this ticker popped up. That's when you want to start getting aggressive. You don't want to miss a great move because you're being too conservative. You miss it by 1 or 2 cents. And then once you realize, man, this ticker has some fire behind it, which this one clearly did. I mean, it was doing like 500,000 shares per 1 minute pre-market. That's really good. Then you want to start sizing. Don't start size too late. That was my mistake yesterday. I sized up too late, and then one of my last trades, I was like max size, well not max size, but that was like my biggest size, then I gave back most of my profits on that one trade. So if I just size up a little bit earlier, as opposed to, you know, finally sizing up here when it finally reaches that big resistance point, that's just danger zone. And, you know, quickly here on MOBQ, look at this, it perfectly reaches that 2.85 resistance, which we mapped out on the daily earlier, which was right in this area. We had that big sell-off and then a bounce, and I basically marked that bounce, not to mention we had a retest here, and then we came back. So MOBQ, picture perfect. I was kind of hoping we get another run at the market open. I thought we were really going to see a gap and go on this ticker. So I think I had too many biases that I brought into the trade on MOBQ. So totally my mistake. I didn't focus on the best. I started trading my biases, and that's how I started losing money later in the day. But hey, you know, I'm up over $1,000, so I'm pretty happy about that. And yeah, don't forget to drop a like, guys, on the way out. If you got some value out of this video, consider subscribing if you're new. We'd love to have you part of the community. And like always, everyone, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.